Hello, my name is Sean Liepman, and today I will be discussing with you why we are going to implement a corporate wellness program within your company. Firstly, we're going to talk about what is a corporate wellness program. Then we're going to discuss why do you need a corporate wellness program for your company. We're going to talk about what the goals are for this program, how we're going to get started with the program and implementation, and how do we keep the employees motivated throughout the program, that way they do not enter and then leave within a few months or a few years of the program. So first we're going to discuss what is a corporate wellness program. A corporate wellness program is a management-driven program that helps develop health and wellness habits for employees through dietary, fitness, and wellness changes in their lives. We are going to encourage but not mandate these changes for the employees, as encouraging will help empower them to make changes without mandating them and making them resentful towards management for having to make changes within their own lives. We are going to be targeting presenteeism and absenteeism as our main focuses, as presenteeism is very detrimental to not only the employees but also to the productivity of the workplace. Presenteeism occurs when someone shows up to work when they are sick or ill, and then they are unable to do their job at their highest ability due to said sickness or illness. The other issue with presenteeism is the chance for them to spread their sickness to other members of the staff and then furthering the issue. Other things we can look at too are lowering the cost of healthcare for the company by bettering the wellness and health of the staff. Now we're going to discuss why it is you need a health and wellness program within your corporation, within your company. Starting off, the CDC states that 40% of adults in the United States are overweight or obese. Being overweight is defined as having a body mass index of greater than 25, and obesity is having a body mass index of greater than 30. There's also another category of morbid obesity, which is having a BMI of 40 or greater. The reason this matters is the CDC also states that the cost of healthcare for a member who is overweight or obese is roughly $1,400 more per year than a healthy counterpart. Healthy employees also tend to be happier and more productive in the workplace because they have less worries and less stressors in their lives. That happy, productive mentality also plays into their environment and can be contagious in a way to their other employees. Another thing we need to consider is the cost of the healthcare for our employees for the bottom line of the actual company. Jane Hart from 2013 states that 60% of the after-tax income that a company takes home is spent on healthcare costs for their employees. Of that 60%, 80% of that total money going towards healthcare could be going towards only 10% of the staff. By generating a health and wellness program within the company, that 10% could be geared towards becoming healthier and utilizing less of that income, generating more overall income for the company. Now we're going to discuss the goals for the wellness program in the company. Now we have three main goals that we are going to approach here. The first goal is to increase movement of the staff throughout the day. We can do this in a few different ways. The first is we can have hourly stretching times set into their schedules to allow them to stand up, to stretch, and to just generally get their body moving. That way they're not staying stationary and sedentary throughout the entire day. Other initiatives we can incorporate are walking paths or tracks around the campus of the company that will allow them to get away from their desks, away from their workplaces, and also encourage them to activate what is called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is when the body is burning calories that is not actually going towards digesting food or their metabolism or exercise in general. It is just simple movements that the body is taking that is not at rest. So this could be simply walking, stretching, going upstairs, and so on. Other things we want to look at are developing a culture of wellness. This can be very difficult in a company that has not considered it in the past, whereas we want to ensure that employees are encouraged to do things to better their wellness. One of the things we can do for that is offer fresh fruits, vegetables, and healthy alternatives within the workplace. This will encourage better diet and change in general to their overall lifestyle. One of the things we can do to encourage this is actually setting aside a space within the company to have a small farming plot or a small plot to grow vegetables and fruit within the company. For many people, gardening is considered cathartic and can actually help benefit their overall mental health. Also, by growing fruits and vegetables here, we can utilize those fruits and vegetables to give to the staff. So now we're going to start getting into the weeds of things. How are we going to get this program started, and how are we going to implement it? One of the first things we need to do is get the management team together, from first-line supervisors all the way up to senior leadership. By doing this, we can make sure that everyone is on the same page as to why we are creating this program, what we are doing it for, and what the end result is going to be for the program. Once we have all the members together and they have consensus on what they're going to do, we need to discuss what the rewards will be for the program. We cannot expect people to enter into a wellness program and then tell them that their own health is the reward, because very few people will be interested in actually taking part in that. So we need to have goals, or we need to have rewards set up to reward people for meeting their goals, meeting our goals, and then making sure that those rewards are good enough for the level of involvement that they are participating in. We also need to make sure that we are creating an environment of acceptance and positivity towards the program, because if other members of leadership are not showing positivity towards the program, it may dissuade some other members of the staff and they may not be interested in taking part. Another very important thing we need to consider is ensuring that there is a no pressure involvement with this program. By allowing the staff members to enter into a wellness program or start making changes to their own lives at their own time, at their own pace, we are giving them the autonomy they need to better themselves with the aid of their other fellow employees, of their management team, and also just showing them that we will support them in meeting their wellness goals. And hopefully they will also help us meet our wellness goals for the company. One of the things we can do to get started with implementing this program is something very simple that I think would actually benefit the staff greatly. And that would be creating a downtime at the beginning of their day. This could be either meditation, a quiet space where they can de-stress before the day starts, or even things such as yoga or Tai Chi to get the day started. Doing so will allow the person to forget about any worries they had at the beginning of the day and allow them to clear their minds, get rid of any anger they may have had on the ride into work, because we all know that sometimes coming into work is a horrible thing, and then also it's going to mentally prepare them to get through the day without having to jumble all their thoughts at one time. Now we're going to talk about one of the most difficult parts of any program, is how do we keep our members motivated and continuing within the program for months, years, and so on, so that we can see continual progress. One of the things we need to do is develop individual goals for the staff. This is where the supervisors come in, because they are going to help the staff create what is called a SMART goal. A SMART goal is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. By utilizing the SMART algorithm, you drastically increase the ability of a member to actually achieve their goal. A SMART goal is something that is very direct and has a timeline for achieving. Another way to make the goal more accessible to the member is to create stepping stones towards that goal. So for example, if a person decides that they want to lose 30 pounds within a year, the specific goal is to lose 30 pounds, the measurability is to, again, lose the 30 pounds, and the timeliness of that is to lose it in 1 year. This becomes realistic when you break it down into the different stepping stones. And if you consider that you have 52 weeks in a year, you lose between half a pound and 1 pound per week throughout that year, then you're going to lose your 30 pounds within that time period, which makes it both realistic and achievable. Now, for other members of the staff who have different goals, you can of course adjust the stepping stones or the milestones to those goals to ensure that they reach their end goal. Another way to help keep the staff motivated is to have management working alongside the staff with their own goals and showing that they are also progressing towards those goals. That will help encourage and motivate the staff to continue with their own programs and their own wellness and health and betterment in general. Other things we can do to help motivate the staff, as discussed earlier, are utilizing rewards. Now, when a member meets a certain milestone or the end goal for their program, we can offer them rewards based on either the difficulty or the level of achievement of the goal that they've achieved. One such thing is paid time off. Paid time off is something that many people will strive for because everyone loves not having to go to work. Other things we can do to encourage people to enter into the program is to reduce premiums for their healthcare plans when they meet certain guidelines and certain goals for their health and wellness. For many people, anything that involves financial standing or cuts to their spending is going to be highly motivational for them, as they will have more money in their pocket at the end of the month. So that being said, we need to make sure that we are creating the goals for our employees, helping them stick to their goals, and then making sure they see that management is there by their side, helping them, and then also utilizing their own programs for their own health and wellness and betterment.